Hello! So this one time I went to Africa, more specifically South Africa and Swaziland. Now if you want more information about those trips and what they were like for me and stuff, I have a couple of videos on them. You can click somewhere on this screen or in the doobly-doo, but I'm not gonna talk about that right now because today we're just specifically talking about the lion story. So while we were in Johannesburg, which is one of the biggest cities in South Africa, we went to this thing called a lion park. It was actually really cool. Part of what you could do was you could pet the lion cubs and feed the giraffes. Don't ask me why there were giraffes in a lion park, but there were. And the other main part of what you could do was you could drive through the lion's habitat. So we were a team of 20, but the guy who was taking us had a pickup truck, so he could only take 4 people at a time, and we were the second group to go, I think. So we're driving through the lions and stuff, and it's really cool. There are lions everywhere, and there are signs everywhere that tell you to make sure you keep your windows up. But the guy who's taking us lives in South Africa, and he said he takes teams there all the time and that it's okay to leave the windows cracked a little bit, but then if they get too close, we'll just roll them up. And he's taken teams there like 1,000 times, so we're thinking, yeah, totally okay, this guy knows what he's doing. So we park the pickup truck next to where a bunch of the lions are and just sit there for a while and admire, and one of the lionesses jumps into the back of the pickup truck. It was pretty cool, okay? So we're all like turning around and taking pictures, and I was filming and stuff, and we're so absorbed with this lioness that's in the back of our car that we're not really paying attention to the windows. Next thing I know, there's a lioness in the car.
Guys. Oh my gosh! Close the window. Oh!
Now she clearly wasn't being aggressive, because if she had been, my legs would have been torn up. She came in my window. Yeah, a lioness actually put the front half of her body in my window and started chewing on the shotgun seat in front of me. The girl sitting in the shotgun seat was basically just like this. And even though there were 3 of us in the back seat, we squeezed so hard to the other side that it's like one of us disappeared.
So at this point, I basically just thought that I was going to die, but as you can tell, I'm still alive.
I have never been scared in that way before. So I was sitting there like completely freaking out, like, what do we do? If we go out the other door, there are lions everywhere. What are we gonna do? I was like, how do we get out of this? Ah! Meanwhile, there's a lion's face that's less than a foot away from my own. Thankfully, our driver completely kept his wits about him and just started the car and started driving away, and the lioness just let herself fall out of the window. In retrospect, it makes a really good story, but I was extremely scared at the time, and I sort of went into shock for at least several hours afterwards. So yeah, that's my story for this time. Stay tuned for more story time with me!